Hey folks, John P. with GeekBeat TV. Today I'm going to show you this little baby. It is the EON GPS Asset Tracker, and it can be used for good or evil. Okay, so what it is a little magnetically mounted, like physically hardened GPS unit that you could stick, let's say, up under the bumper of a car or in the back of a truck or just about anywhere. And the folks over at BrickHouse Security loaned us this, and we took it on a trip. I'm going to show you the results of that here in a minute. But the cool thing is, this little unit has built-in phone service essentially, and it sends updates continuously to the BrickHouse servers, and it allows you to track in near real time exactly where it's located and gives you all kinds of details about that. So once you've installed it on a vehicle, it's going to begin gathering data, and then you can log in to the BrickHouse website and you can check out what's going on. So here we're looking at a screen that there's a little control panel on the bottom here. You click the open button, it pops up. We are looking at a range, a date range from June 21st through 29th when we took this trip, and we started tracking in Shreveport, Louisiana. We went all the way up to New York, and then we kind of came about halfway back before we turned it off. So we gathered a lot of data on this trip. Now we can also narrow this down to just a single day. For example, if I click on the 21st here, it's going to bring us right into that day. And you can notice that we've got all these little markers along the way that we drove. Those are called breadcrumbs, and we can turn them on and off with the simple click of a button, turn it off and turn it back on. Now what I really like is that you can click on any one of these breadcrumbs and it's going to pop up a detailed location information box here. So we can see that at that moment we were traveling 76 miles per hour. The battery was fully charged. It had 100%. We were in somewhere on I-20 in Louisiana. So that's pretty cool. Other things that you can do, you can click on the Street View button here. It will pop up this little screen that allows you to check out the specific location that the tracker is at. It comes from Google Street View. And you have the ability to turn on real-time alerts. For example, there's a geofence alert, so that you could create a location where if the device were to travel outside of some preset boundaries, you're notified. So, if you had drivers, let's say, you could do the same thing with a speed notification. Just put in the speed limit that you want it to notify you, put in your email address, and bingo bango, if anybody's cheating, there you go. You can send email alerts for power on the battery, etc. So very useful stuff. You can also run reports here. You can start and stop reports. You can do a full history of everywhere it's been, frequent visits, so you can see where you're routinely stopping or where the device is stopping. One other cool thing is you can view and change devices. So this isn't just for people who have a single device they want to track. Like, for example, see if their boyfriend or girlfriend is cheating on them. Don't do that, it's illegal. But I do it anyway, but don't do it, that's illegal. Anyway, it's also for people who may have a fleet of vehicles. Especially, let's say, if you had trailers, okay? Imagine you have trailers full of stuff. There might be $100,000, $200,000 worth of merchandise in there. Just stick one of these in the trailer, and you'll always know where it is, especially if something happens to that trailer. It goes missing, for example. And then finally over here in the right column, you've got a status bar, and you can see the battery. Right now the battery's at 38%. The speed is 0 miles per hour because we're sitting here doing this review. It's good stuff. I really, really like it. I have to figure out some evil use for it. I don't really have anybody I particularly need to track, but it's excellent if you do. And by the way, this thing worked everywhere along the route, even in places where we couldn't get cellular service for our phone or 4G or 3G or anything like that, probably because it's only pinging periodically. All right, so you may be wondering, what's it going to cost me to get one of these little bricks? Okay, it's $300, currently BrickHouse Security. If you go to brickhousesecurity.com, you'll find it under the GPS section. It's running $320 for the unit itself, and then it's $29.95 a month for monitoring. Well worth it if you really want to keep an eye on things, and like I said, it worked perfectly for us halfway across the country and back. All right, so that's it for this particular review. Head on over to youtube.com/GeekBeatTV. Give us a thumbs up, especially if you're already there, and subscribe while you're at it. Thanks, guys. See you next time.